I'd like to give you a little book review on two books that were sent to me by the author. Her name is Tracy Lawson, and she's writing the Resistance series. And this series is a dystopian series, which I've become really interested in lately. And the first book, I don't have an actual copy of it, but I do have the cover. It's called Counteract by Tracy Lawson. This is this is a dystopian set not too far in the near future. And after the attacks on the World Trade Center, more and more terrorist attacks or supposed terrorist attacks have been happening. So they formed the Office of Civilian Safety and Defense, which is supposed to guard the public against the threat of terrorism. The two main characters, Tommy and Karen, have never known life without the government-approved civilian restrictions. There's no social media. No one's allowed to gather in public places or attend concerts or sporting events, and only a small set of adults have driving privileges. But it's a small price to pay for safety. Now there's a new, more deadly terrorist threat that looms: airborne chemical weapons. So the Office of Civilian Safety and Defense have come up with an antidote to counteract the effects of the toxins. 3 drops a day they're delivered to your home, and you're supposed to take those 3 drops a day, and it's a small price to pay for your health. Now, most everybody starts taking the antidote, but they never consider and stop and think about what happens, because strange things start to happen. So, there's a day that the siren signal goes off, and Tommy shares his last dose with Karen, even though doing so might hasten his death. But that's a small price to pay for a friend. Now, we're supposed to... the rest of the book is about Tommy and Karen, and they uncover a web of lies and deceit reaching to the highest levels of the United States government, and join an underground resistance group that's determined to expose the truth. And then the next book is called Resist. And this starts right after Counteract. I mean, right after. And it's, Tommy and Karen no longer believe that the Office of the Civilian Safety and Defense's miracle antidote can protect them from terrorist chemical weapons. After they accidentally discovered the antidote's real purpose, they joined the fight to undermine the Office of Civilian Safety and Defense's bid for total control of the population. Being part of the resistance brings a whole new set of challenges. They don't know who they can really trust, and who is going to help with the revolution go awry with consequences far beyond anything they bargained for. Tommy and Karen have differing viewpoints and threaten to drive a wedge between them, and their budding relationship is tested as their destinies move toward an inevitable confrontation with the forces that terrorize the nation. Where does love fit in when you're trying to start a revolution? Now, what was so good about this book, these books, this series, is that it could very well happen. This scenario could very well happen. And it's kind of scary, because people will do whatever they're told. And that's the TV station in this civilization is government, and it's run by the Office of Civilian Safety and Defense. And people just do whatever they're told, and they don't really pay attention and don't really research for themselves. Now, the 3rd book in this series comes out next year, and I will be looking forward to seeing it and reading it, and I will hopefully be posting a review of it on this channel. So I would suggest that you look for these books, and you can get them on Amazon. And you can also, I'd like to thank PR by the Book for sending me these books, and also Tracy Lawson. I would thank her for sending me these books. This is a great series, and I really enjoyed it. Bye. Have a good night.